never was the type to read alone. Now it's me that write the lines you hear in every song. Inspire minds to develop and learn to teach.
When you hop off the plane, check in. Penthouse suite, check in. When your feet hit the street, check in. Cause if not, shit get hot, you better check it in.
What you gotta just be conscious is in what you put out. Like for the next year or two, because they're gonna play everything, every word you say is gonna be a shot to the other side.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? No matter what. Even if you're talking about the birds on Arlington, they're gonna find a way to say that, you know, but you just gotta be conscious.
See, and I really just figured that out too, cause it's like, but me, violence happen everywhere. Everybody got some violence going on in their life, whether it's with them, whether they son doing it, whether they little nephew doing it. Somebody knows something about some violence, you feel me? And violence gonna happen multiple times, so it might be boom bam. Store got broke in today on Crenshaw, such just did it. You feel me? Alright, everybody know he just did that, but 2 months not passing, he broke in a whole nother house, and then he got on the internet and said, yeah, I broke in this house. People gonna think he talking about the house he broke in on Crenshaw, but in his mind, he talking about the second house he broke in.
Right.
You feel me? So I really let a lot of stuff go, but I'm really just like, I be saying like a lot of stuff I say like in songs and stuff, like this ain't the only person I have a problem with. Like I ain't talking to this person. Like it be a lot of stuff happen, like, and I tell like the hustlers and y'all like, I wasn't even talking about. You feel me? Look what they. So I really just figured that out. Anything a nigga say, they gonna put it that way. You feel me?
And I mean, that's just growing up too, though. Just to even hear you say that at 22 is what young people need to hear. You know what I mean? They need to understand that shit gonna happen. You know what I mean? Sure. And everything a nigga ain't talking about is not talking about one incident. You know what I mean? But that's what you're going to have to deal with. Like you, the crew, and then when they get to fuck with a nigga money, though, it's a different story. You know what I mean? Like, now you can't do things and move things and get bread and, you know, it's really about feeding your family. And I've been in this industry for 30 years almost, 30 plus years. You want 30 years. And like you said, it's going to pass. But you just got to be smart and strategic in the way you move, the people you do songs with. Now you got to be careful even on how you move. It ain't even about being no buster or none of that. You just got to be smart because of where you are. Because even the white folks won't want to touch you if they feel there's going to be some threat behind it. You know what I mean?
And look, that like my biggest thing in this right now, like fans, just fans, period. The people who looking up to the entertainment world, to the hip hop world, to my situation or whatever, they looking at it like, man, he's scary. He ain't doing shows. But I feel like the people that I got a problem with, they happy as like that. But at the same time, they looking at it how you looking at it, how we looking at it. They stopping money. They trying to stop my money. You feel me? Fans thinking I'm high, and when they don't know, like I'm dying to do shows and stuff. You think that the rap game is like the dope game, man. If you sell bricks and you gotta go pull up on Cuz and sell him a brick, you feel me? It's a chance he could try to rob you. He could kill you trying to get that brick from you. You going to get your money though, no matter how it come. This what you signed up for. This what you into. So you going to get your money. That's a show. Why wouldn't I go to my show? Why wouldn't I go get my money? You feel me?
No, I feel what you're saying too, but also at the same time, you're a leader now. Because you got a crew you leading, and you got a crew you speaking for. So at times, you got to make sure you don't take your crew in environments that's going to be bad for them. Because you don't never want this. You don't never want to take your crew to a state and leave one of them in that state. You understand? So all money ain't good money. So think of it like that. Every city I go to, I check in with somebody, bro. And that's what it's about. Because people think that I'm a bully and I cancel money, I get money from niggas. I ain't never asked you for not one dime.
On hood.
Not one dime. Now, Where our problem came in, and this is what he can vouch for. The same Instagram I was hitting them up on, because I was putting a tour together. I was putting a 6x10 tour together. And I had Baby, Gunna, I wanted Baby, Gunna, you, and all y'all. I was hitting you up on that same Instagram. Then he turned around and hit me on the same Instagram. That's what upset at me. And I'm like, little nigga, I've been hitting you up on the same line. Now you hit me. And that's where our problem, that's where I was like, and I'm like, wait a minute, man. So that's where it was. But like I said, I'm still supposed to be a bigger nigga, though.
No, I'm glad you said something about that, because this is something that everybody need to hear. Mm-hmm. All right, like you just said, you check in with somebody everywhere you go.
Right.
Look, not you, but the young niggas. Young niggas got the word check in so messed up right now.
Right.
Like, when a nigga say check in, the nigga automatic, not you on the young people got that word just messed up right now.
That's what y'all crazy is.
When somebody hear check in, they automatically think like...
You check like you paying a nigga a check.
You feel me? Or like...
That's bad.
Oh, he's saying I gotta pull up here. But that's why I'm glad you said that, because I never really had a problem with like checking. That like when, like one time I've been in my hometown when the rapper came down there, I'm like, damn, I've been down here, he ain't even came and mess with me, you feel me? That's where I'm from. I just wanted to show him certain stuff. Yeah. You feel me? So just for me living through that experience, I know checking and it ain't nothing wrong with that. Man. Checking in it is the new word for a relationship.
That's what it is.
You feel me?
I mean, they do it all over the world. You can't go nowhere in the world you don't check in. You gonna check in if you come in American airspace. They gonna want to know like, what? Okay, you here? You gonna check in when you go to Russia. You a delegate. Anywhere you go. But like you're right, hip hop has lost it. The game has lost it because you might check in with me. I'm gonna tell you what clubs to go to and what clubs not to go to. I'm going to tell you where the bad bitches is, and I'm going to tell you where the weed is. I'm going to tell you who got the good weed, how to get the sack. You got dudes come out all the time, buy a sack, and getting robbed. They ain't dealing with the right people. If I go to Chicago, if any of my artists is going different places, I tell them, call this dude. Because he treated me right, he going to treat y'all right. That's really what it is.
Like, hopefully this interview open everybody's eyes on the check-in part. Like, that's a nigga not on nothing negative.
Because I heard the last song you dropped. And I was in awe of it because I felt you. That you did. I took it a different way. Not everybody else took it. That you had a story to tell. Your side had never been out. And what's important is, and I don't want you to speak on it. I just want you to speak on the fact that you felt like you had to get home too. And that's it.
Come on, man. At the end of the day.
Never was the type to read alone. Now it's me that write the lines you hear in every song. Inspire minds to develop and learn to teach his own.